a lot of love to our Dr. Jara. Please welcome Dr. Jara. Dr. Jara, you need to unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Hi, Dr.
Hi,
Jara.
Dr. Jara.
It's
Hello.
nice
Hi,
to
hi,
be joining
hi.
you tonight.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience. I believe that you are waiting at our waiting room for a while already. But normally, we save the best one for the last one. Okay. So, can you, thank you again for joining us. I believe that today we have quite a lot of people attending because you guys have strong credentials. Now, Dr. Jara, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself first?
Good evening to everyone. I'm a doctor of medicine practicing obstetrics and gynecology and also an OB-GYN ultrasound subspecialist here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I also work as a medical director in one of the tertiary hospitals in Metro Manila. I am, as you have said, I am in active medical practice for the past 23 years. Before the pandemic, I used to juggle from Metro Manila to my home province in the northern part of the Philippines where my husband is based. Um, I am a mother of two teenage girls, a dedicated wife, and lately, I should say, I am a budding entrepreneur.
Oh, okay. Budding entrepreneur.
Yes, yes.
So maybe I'll ask the first question. Dr. Jara, I'd just like to ask, you say that you are a budding entrepreneur. So what is that? Are you into? Can you tell more about it?
Well, I was actually into this already a long time ago, but in terms of entrepreneurship, I just started. It is something about wholesome plant food that nourish the immune system. I was actually introduced to these products through the science of nutritional immunology, a science of prevention, several years ago when I was starting my clinical practice because of a health need that has been bothering me for quite some time since my pre-medical studies. I have allergic rhinitis that doesn't seem to go away without antihistamine. A colleague once introduced a product to me that will strengthen my lungs immune system. Through the years, I continuously took it for the nourishment of my respiratory system, and it appeared to have prevented the recurrence of my rhinitis. With the good effects on me, I started introducing these products to my family, to my friends, to my patients, and to my colleagues.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Jara, for sharing. That means, in fact, even many doctors are also having headaches with their own health issues. Yeah, so
Yes.
you are the benefiter of the products yourself. Now, there is a question that I actually like to ask. Especially now at the pandemic time. When we are all threatened by the COVID-19, we often hear about the need for a strong immune system. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, the immune system is our body's defense mechanism against illness, whether it is bacterial, viral, or even cancer. It is our internal doctor, the best doctor in the world that we were gifted with when we were born. The health of the immune system is the very essence why we get sick or not. People with a healthy immune system can prevent diseases from happening or even recover faster when they are sick. A weak immune system could also be the reason why, despite being vaccinated, some people still get sick of this COVID 19.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Jara, I have a question for you. I
Yes.
noticed that, right, hospitals are not giving wholesome plant food to patients. Why is it so?
Oh, in the past, we were taught about the six basic food groups,
Yeah.
of which meat is a major part of. These are what we call macronutrients. or functional foods that has been our orientation of healthy food. Currently, I believe that there is already a reorientation of proper nutrition. Having been introduced to healthy, wholesome plant foods consisting of micronutrients, as you have mentioned, namely phytochemicals, polysaccharides, and antioxidants, I am happy to have listened to several conferences now that advocate plant foods for the prevention of gynecologic diseases. Actually, in one of the forums that I attended, it was mentioned that hospitalized patients are actually malnourished, either overnourished or undernourished.
Okay.
And they are recommending that foods served in the hospitals be revisited to include healthy, wholesome plant foods to hasten patients' recovery or even reverse type 2 diabetes, improve atherosclerosis, prevent stroke and hypertension. If this can influence the mindset of those in the medical and paramedical professions, just like Janice, then reorientation on what proper nutrition can be served hospital patients may not be far behind.
Wow,
Glad to hear that.
that is
Yes.
exactly, yeah. I think that is exactly what we need. We need more doctors like you, because just now you just mentioned about, in hospital. I have been to so many times hospital, go to visit the patients lah, relatives and all that stuff. Sometimes I see what they are eating in the hospital, the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner. I say, what kind of food are you giving to the patient? You eat like that, I think they're trying to put you longer in the hospital. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but but we really need more doctors to be advocating the right way of nutrition from there. But
Yes, that's right.
Dr. Jara, since you're here, I also want to ask this question because we have many patients or we have many people who are sick. Of course, obviously, we will tell people if you're sick, please go and visit your doctor, consult the doctor. But yet, when they are, consult the doctor, maybe they're taking some medication and things like this. But the moment when their doctor knows that they are taking some other form of food or supplements, many doctors will be against it. What are your take on this?
I think these doctors who have such reactions are not yet aware of the micronutrients
Yeah.
necessary for the immune system that are sourced from plants. Besides, what we were taught was to treat illness, and prescribing medicine is the way to do it. Nowadays, many things have changed. Those that were taught to us before, several years ago, may not be true anymore now. We in the medical profession are constantly undergoing continuous medical education to update us of new developments in science in order to give better care to our patients. For instance, in terms of bacterial illnesses, there are so many resistant strains now that new antibiotics have to be discovered. Viral mutations continue, like this COVID 19, and cure is not yet discovered after almost 2 years into the pandemic. I strongly believe that this basically new science has to be part of continuing medical education. Oh, it speaks of prevention. Yes. And it's worth looking into. After all, prevention is better than cure.
Well said. Prevention is better than cure. We really need more doctors like you to educate the doctors because the doctor don't want to listen to us, okay, or the from there. So I'm really glad that you're on board, and then from there. So can I also ask you a little bit of a business question, okay, in that context? Now we were just talking about this, we're just talking about this, the 6 billion shoppers market. Okay. Now, on your perspective as a medical doctor, What is your view on this?
Oh, well, Dato, as a doctor, currently I know that the demand for health and wellness is ever increasing, especially during this time of pandemic.
Yeah.
This is the reality. With the amazing science as a weapon, this nutritional immunology, orientation to people, and the well-researched products as a tool, together with e-commerce platform and the iTeam system that you are initiating or doing, everyone, including us doctors, can have a share in this enormous 6 billion market.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, that's a very great way of putting into it. Let me see into our live. Ladies and gentlemen, you have two doctors here and a nutritionist. Any of you want to throw a question or an interactive questions here? I will try to look into the problem to the questions so that I can actually dig it out to you. We still have a little bit of time here, so that I would like to put it onto the floor. Some of you who have any questions, you have two doctors here, and then of course, one is a PhD in statistics, and then of course a medical doctor. Yeah, don't try to ask medical. I got this sickness. Okay, please go and check. Okay, consult your own doctor. Okay, from there, right? But any questions? Let me see who is going to put in some questions here. Or if our IT saw there is a question somewhere here, we can actually pick it up and then we can show our guest speaker, then we can actually ask them the questions. Joyce, just now you were kind of like interrupted because of your internet.
Yes.
Is there anything that you missed out that we were ever able to hear?
You were saying that there's a part important. You were saying that as a nutritionist, maybe our salary or annually our salary is quite good or quite high. I just would like to say that it's not as what normally people expected. It's not as high or as what people used to think. Basically, in Malaysia, our basic annual salary is around 45K, and it's not 45.
Okay,
Around there.
45. You can survive. Okay.
You can survive, but you cannot do whatever. You cannot achieve your financial freedom, especially what we, this generation, think we want to do, especially in helping others or going overseas and holiday and all sorts. So this is why I love in iTeam and Elite. Besides having my own passive income, I can get to achieve whatever that I like to achieve in terms of in terms of sharing my knowledge, the true knowledge, and also prevention. That's the main thing.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that sharing. I just saw that. I want to ask Dr. Jara, can you share your experience of getting other doctors to get to know to our business and the science of nutritional immunology? Well, Dr. Jara, everybody is asking you questions. Nobody asked me, okay? So, Dr. Jara, can you share your experience?
Well, currently, you might have heard that we in the Philippines are doing immunology orientation to our doctors, because it is really very hard to introduce a product if they don't know the purpose for why we're introducing these products to them. But lucky for me, as an obstetrician gynecologist, it's easy for me to introduce this to my patients because my patients are not sick. And the vision of Dr. Chen is a healthy generation. That is what I'm doing to my patients now. And I'm also introducing this to friends slowly. We are conducting nutritional immunology orientation to doctors here in the Philippines at the moment. But I have introduced this to friends already. But that the thing that makes this introduction to our doctors is when they need the wholesome food, when they have this COVID-19.
Yeah, yeah.
I was able to introduce the products to my friends, to our doctors, because they are sick of COVID.
Okay.
So that's how we are.
We are looking forward for you to bring in more doctors. Then we next time have a 10 doctors speaking conference here. Okay. All right. Anyway,
hopefully, because we already are having this alliance of healthcare professionals for preventive health. here in the
Wow.
Philippines. We started
Wow.
it already. And we
Okay,
have
great.
some doctor members.
Great. I think what we are saying today is that everybody knows that the wellness need is there, and everybody knows that the whole e-commerce trend is growing continuously. So I would like to thank Dr. Janice, Joyce, and of course Dr. Jara for joining this session. I believe that in the future we'll be having more and more of such sessions. So first of all, I would like to really thank you guys. And as a co-founder of iTeam, I'm really glad that you are on board with us because we really, really need more and more professionals as we continue, especially to grow the English market, which you understand, you and I know that we are very new to the English speaking market. That's why we just started Philippines. We are growing in New Zealand, in Australia, in Canada, in US, and then who knows what in the next 2 to 3 years we could be growing into the new market of Thailand, Indonesia, even India, in the whole of Europe and things like this. As you remember, now only 2 million. There is still a couple of million to go. So thank you very much for joining me on this session. I'm sure many of our guests enjoyed our session. So for here, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Jara for your efforts. And congratulations that Philippines Elite had just started this month. Okay, congratulations also to Dr. Janice. Thank you very much. I believe that your
Thank
team,
you.
many of you has qualified for our incentive trip. So hopefully next year we can fly to Abu Dhabi. Hundreds
Yes.
of us will be onto our incentive already, our travel. Now, everybody, the first thing you want to do, no, I normally ask people, hey, what is the first thing you want to do after if COVID is gone? I tell you, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 people will tell you, I want to travel, I want to fly somewhere. Okay, something like that. So congratulations also to Joyce. Yeah, I can see that you are growing your network already here, and then everything is working as planned. Okay, from there. So thank you very much for joining me in this session, and I hope that we would be having another session again. While I'm sure there will be more and more questions that will be actually thrown into here. Well, now thank you very much, and most importantly, thank you all of you here live, still with us, still about 670 over people right here. Thank you for joining our session today, and I'm sure that today's session will be very beneficial for you. What is most very important is take that step and take that actions, because if Dr. Janice is here, if our Joyce nutritionist is here, if Dr. Jara is here, there has to be something very unique that you haven't find out yet. Find out with your friends who actually introduce you this business opportunity, because we want to welcome you together to tap into the 6 billion market together. Well, let us write our future together, and at the same time, as we serve more and more people, to be more healthy, and we can also serve more and more people to be making their dreams become a reality. Well, tonight, thank you very much. So we shall say goodbye to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Jerry.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Dato. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Jara. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank
Take care and
you.
Thank
stay
you,
safe.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.